Hi, I'm Dominic. Thanks for watching Dominic's Woodworks. Today I'll be making a horn. And on top of that I'll be making it from a pallet. I guess that makes it a pallet project, but you could use any other kind of wood to do the same. This will be my entry for the Instructables Pallets competition too. This little beauty is the pallet I will be using. I want to start working with these. I think now would be the right time to run these through a planer. Problem is, I don't have one. So I will use my orbital sander to sand them. These three bolts I'll use as they are. I'm going to clear up these two. That's the one with the very funny knot. Setting the bandsaw fence to the width of the bolts. So here I have laid out my collection of hole makers. A few spade bits, Forstner bits, and these hole saws that go into this. And that's the pile of square scraps that I have. Scrap pieces that I have. But what I need to do now is to plan how many pieces will receive which hole. Incidentally, I have 18 pieces of wood and 18 different hole makers. The thing is, I don't really want to go too small, so I'll put these two away and start with a 50mm hole. And on the other end, this one will fit in there, but it's not really much wood to go around. So I'll save this one and probably this one too. Just do. So I'll leave the last two for the board I glued up. There's two holes. There's a kind of a mouthpiece, leaving us with 12 size holes and still 18 pieces of wood. So what I'll do is I'll make 6 doubles, 6 sandwiches to glue up, and use them for the first 6 holes, and then the remaining ones I'll use with single sheets, with single layers, to give it kind of a outward flaring design. Here marked the centers of the pieces and took the appropriate hole makers. For the ones for the hole saw, I'll be drilling a hole for the central drill. So the glue up is done. I have the next batch to drill, and I decided to use the inner pieces from the hole saw to
actually make the mouthpiece. And to glue up these two pieces, I'll be using 8mm drill bits to line them up, and then I clamp them down.
Mark it, and then I have this piece, and the task is to sand it, basically leaving this line intact and up to this. To mark the thickness, could also use this as a guide. Take my compass. In order to remove the drill bits, I'm using a hammer, placing them on a hole, or you could use a vise and gently tap them out of there. To drill the holes in these two pieces, I cut off two short pieces of dowel, made a mark in the center, and I'm going to put them in there. It's always good to have an assistant to help you with these tasks. Do the inside sanding with for the small ones, and the mouthpiece with a round file. The thing is, you have to take care not to file too long in one spot to make a divot. So I'm kinda just rolling it around there, if you can see this. Start on one side, and as you push, go over to the other. Now that the whole thing is roughly shaped, it's time to glue it up. And since it's going to be a complicated glue up in the sense that alignment is a big issue, I'll be using a special wood glue with sodium chloride additives. Well, I'll be using table salt. I saw this trick used by Izzy Swan. Put glue on both sides. Take a pinch of salt and put it on there. Grips a lot better, and the whole point of the exercise being you shouldn't have to worry as much about misaligning the pieces, so I can clamp them down. I'll complete the glue up before I start sanding the outside. It will give me both a bigger piece to work with and hopefully a safer hold on it, as well as making it easier to give it an overall shape. So, time for the next glue up session. And one final glue up before the eternal sanding can begin. Here's the horn. The inside is, well, as good as finished, but I won't blow it yet. What I need to do now is to get it in shape. What I'll do first is take off all these edges with a rasp and these, well, protrusions, whatever you want to call them. Here I made a mistake, although I don't really know why, since all the holes should have been centered. This is not really well aligned on the outside. I need to remove some wood there. Finished horn. I have sounded it, but I haven't recorded it. It's, well, let's say untreated on the inside. There's just the glue from the squeeze out. I think I'll leave it as it is. I don't see any sensible way to shape the inside, get in there with sandpaper. I don't have the tools or the patience. I think this would have been great for the lathe, for a big ass lathe. But as it is, with a belt sander, it was kind of a necessity to go with an organic design. But I like how it looks, and I thought about finishing it. Some ideas crossed my mind to make it look more fantasy-like, to give it a golden sheen or something. But I thought I'd go with plain boiled linseed oil, and well, that's what I'm going to do now. So the horn is finished. Well, not exactly. I'll let the oil dry for a few days, then apply a few more coats. What I used is actually not pure oil, but I think it's called half oil. It's half oil, half paint thinner, meant to further penetrate the wood on the first go. The next coat will be pure boiled linseed oil. So here's what I learned from this project. The main thing I'm taking away is that with better planning and a little more thinking beforehand, I could have cut down on this scrap and made it into a few more layers for the horn. This is my entry for the Pallet competition on Instructables, so if you enjoy this project, please consider voting. Also, thanks for watching, as always. If you want to keep up with what I'm doing in my shop, subscribe to my channel. There's a bunch of social media links in the end card, and there's also a link to my Patreon campaign in case you want to support my channel more. Oh, and there's something I forgot. So, let's hear it. There's still something missing. One more try. Now we're done. Like this, or this, or this, or even like this if you want it. Actually messed up with this one, because they should be. And then I